I knew your fastball would come in sooner or later.
Stay away from him!
It's okay, I'm not here to cause trouble. Just want to see my son. And I had a heck of a time trying to find you, buddy.
Ryan is scared of Homelander. He's been told all of the things that he's done. Right away, Ryan looks to Aunt Grace to be able to see how much danger am I actually in. And that's what children often do. Your facial reaction of fear or comfort is a sign of how they should feel. And that's why a lot of times when a young child hurts themselves, the first thing that they do is look towards you. If you look really calm and say, you know what, that's fine, all is good, they'll feel relaxed and okay. But if your face is in shock or trauma or anxiety, they'll feel even more afraid. And that's why you want to be really calm in times of trauma, because if not, you may cause your child to be flooded and not be able to think and add to their levels of anxiety. But in this case, I think Grace is perfectly justified to be afraid for herself and for Ryan.
You been treating you all right?
Aunt Grace? Yeah, she's nice.
Aunt Grace, okay? She's not your aunt. You have a real family.
Now, I think it's important to also mention that this scene is coming off of his last interaction with Butcher.
Let go!
I won't let you!
Well, maybe I don't want to look at you after what you've done to my Becca. Did you ever think about that?
For Ryan's own safety, pushed him away and really hurt him. Now, Butcher sees himself as a danger to the people that get close to him. He truly believes that he's not good enough to be able to be a parent to a child, and that it would be better off for Ryan if he wasn't as attached to him. And so Ryan's already carrying this wound of being rejected. This makes this interaction with Homelander this priming event where he desperately wants to have a father figure. And when you've grown up without something, you often desperately want that. And innately, we want to have someone to look up to. Much of Ryan's existence, he didn't even know who his father was. And he's heard all of these things of what Homelander has done. But because of that huge rejection from Butcher, he is desperately in need of someone else to fill that role.
But aren't you mad at me for what I did?
You know it wasn't your fault, right?
Here we have Homelander, this malignant, narcissist, sociopath. His answer to Ryan is so poignant and comes from the heart. He says exactly the right thing, the thing that Ryan needs to hear. Ryan's carried all of this guilt for killing his mom inadvertently, but that feel that everyone must hate him for what he did. And you can tell from this that he probably believes that that's why Butcher rejected him, because of who he is as a person. So to hear Homelander speak so bluntly and honestly that it isn't his fault is so soothing to this wound, this need that Ryan has to feel like it's okay to not carry this guilt with him.
Son, when you're as strong as we are, accidents happen. Sometimes they are the things that you love the most.
And it's funny because you can see Grace's reaction of how you're actually doing a pretty good job versus her reaction when Butcher was really trying to push Ryan away and hurting him. You could see her secondary pain on her face as the mother figure in Ryan's life. So if we just took this scene, we would be like Homelander. What a wonderful father. How attuned, how affirmative, how validating, how beautifully he can listen and hear exactly what is Ryan's wound, because it also happens to be Homelander's wound, and this is what he so desperately wishes that he could hear. The villain of the story giving to Ryan what he desperately needs, and it causes inside of me all of these mixed feelings because he's doing the right thing. He's just happens to be the wrong person. It's so poignant what he's telling him, and I love that Ryan's feeling soothed, but no, I shouldn't be feeling these feelings about Homelander because of everything he's done. But I think that there is a truth in that people aren't just black and white and good and bad. Even Homelander can have some moments of doing the right thing, probably for the wrong reasons.
But that's all it is, an accident. And nobody on this earth knows that better than me. Nobody.
And then he discloses that even he, Homelander, who is looked to by people as a god, also makes mistakes. And that disclosure that you're not the only one, that other people have done horrible things, is also really validating and soothing, that I'm not this horrible person, that inside of my head I believe that I am. A lot of times when we make mistakes, we often do feel like I'm the worst person on the planet, and we place ourselves in our mind as this horrible darkness. Just humans make all kinds of horrible mistakes, and we're all so much more similar, even in our flaws, than we give ourselves credit for.
That's why I'm always going to love you. No matter what happens, no matter what you do, I'm not going anywhere. I will always be here.
This horrible person, but he says exactly what every child is often so desperate to be able to hear from our parental figure, that no matter what we could possibly ever do, we will be loved. Without question, we will never be abandoned by them. And you can see Ryan's face when he hears that, how desperately he needs it, how soothed he is to be able to hear that. If we just took this snapshot of Homelander, we would be like, what an amazing father. This is his wound also. He's able to project to Ryan all the things that he desperately wishes that someone could project to him. And you see Grace with this mixed feeling of like, oh my goodness, I know I've lost him. And this for Homelander is the thing that he wants. This also fills his wound of being abandoned. He so desperately needs family. And perhaps it's not out of love, but more out of that need to be able to have someone that won't abandon him. So let me know your feelings about this really controversial scene. Does Homelander really love Ryan, or do you believe that this was just a manipulative trick to be able to control him? Let me know how you feel about Homelander and Ryan. There are many things that you need to get ready in order to battle in The Boys, but the first thing you should soup up is your mind with today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is where you can gain an understanding of the basics of computer science, physics, quantum mechanics, which would be really helpful in The Boys, game theory, and everything you need to be prepared to bring out the superhero in you. Brilliant is an amazing tool for learning STEM interactively, with a growing catalog of courses specifically crafted to help you learn concepts through working through them yourself in visual, hands-on ways, and the lessons are presented in bite-sized pieces, so you're able to learn at your own pace. There's no pressure, and if you ever feel stuck, Brilliant has in-depth explanations that break down the material even more, like their algorithm neural network and machine learning courses that shift blocks of pseudocode around, and you get to receive immediate feedback, and because of that, you get results. It's like solving puzzles or games, but the whole time you're learning how artificial intelligence really works. So to get started for free, please visit brilliant.org/Georgia Dow or click on the link in the description. The first 200 people will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. So just click on the button on the screen or head on over to brilliant.org/Georgia Dow. If you can, please also share this video. It's really helpful for my channel so that people can see it. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video.